On Halloween night, 1977, America gathered around for a live TV event that shocked a nation. What happened was real. What you are about to see is the recently discovered master tape of what went to air that night.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, I've got a brand spanking new review of a cool little retro horror film that is due to be making its way onto Shudder very soon. I think it's having a very brief stint in UK cinemas as well, and that is Late Night with the Devil. The film opens with a short biography on fictional talk show host Jack Delroy, and how his show was neck and neck against Johnny Carson in a ratings war. So, in an effort to push his show over the edge, Delroy plans an unforgettable Halloween special. But this episode will soon live in infamy, as this film presents the entire episode totally uncut. Small retro horrors such as this have the capability to really deliver on the scares, primarily because they don't have the luxury of expensive and explosive horror set pieces. The budgetary restraints essentially mean that they have to go instead all out on perfecting an unsettling and disturbing atmosphere and throwing horrific images at you, and that is how they scare you instead. And what fundamentally works with Late Night with the Devil is that very notion. First and foremost, the presentation of the late night talk show vibe, especially from like the 70s and 80s, is brilliantly well realized. The cheesy opening, the clunky set design, the goofy sidekick who always seems to be the butt of the host's jokes. Even the studio audience play along well, and it is once that tone has been firmly established, that is when directors Cameron and Colin Cairnes can really dial up the creep factor and deliver those scares, albeit at a bit of a gradual pace. From a clairvoyant con to a douchey denier, all builds to a climactic showdown when Delroy dares to conduct a live conversation with a demon harboring itself within a little girl. The Cairnes' use of clever camera trickery, gross out practical effects, and at points, hallucinogenic imagery, not only do they unsettle, but more importantly, they really impressed. These are two directors who know their way around a horror film. David Dastmalchian, he plays very differently to what we've seen from him before. We're used to these reserved, whispery oddballs, but here, he's having to exude confidence as a charming lead, but you see behind the scenes, he's very concerned over his fleeting chances at fame, and thus develops an intriguing mystery and context surrounding the character of Jack Delroy, but also how it links into a lot of these supernatural goings-on. The ending, I'll have to admit, I think it's a little muddled in places. Some of the ongoing plot threads collide at the last second, and the results weren't as rewarding as one might think. And there are also some very clear moments where those budgetary restraints were quite visible. But oddly enough, I also think that adds to the charm and appeal of this film as a whole. For fans of Ghostwatch or Inside Number 9, Late Night with the Devil is the ideal cacophony of the two. A devilishly entertaining retro horror that relishes abusing the talk show theme and twisting it on its head to terrorize the audience, both in studio and watching on screen. Dastmalchian is great, and I think this is just the beginning of hearing the Cairnes brothers' names being tossed around in the horror sphere. It's a real damn great horror flick. I'm going to give Late Night with the Devil an 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on Late Night with the Devil. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? Are you looking forward to seeing it? Let me know. And my question to you, I would like to know, what is one of your favorite low-budget retro horrors that you think should be discussed more? But that's all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.